Good morning.
Morning. Well, that happened fast.
I did.
I didn't expect us to go online. However you call it, that quick. Welcome to Waffle Time. I'm Mitto, that's James. First thing, apologies for the lack of Waffle Time over the last couple of weeks. We had some issues. I was away, and then I managed to leak a little bit of fuel on the way to work. Basically, the fuel line from the fuel pump on my car, literally it's 30 years old. It completely died.
It was the least flexible bit of rubber hose I've ever seen.
Basically, the fuel was coming out of the pipe that hard at such a weird angle that it was coming in from the boot lid hole. So basically, it was getting fuel vapor spraying all over my exhaust. So that was kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
We fixed that on the side of the road thanks to Lee and his buddy Gary that came to my assistance and rescued me.
Well, I just came in and
it was like a damsel. So yeah, you just came to work, but that was my fault that we missed that one, and the other one was
you're on holiday.
Yeah, but the other one was like holiday was scheduled.
It was scheduled last minute.
I got this funky T-shirt.
It was a bit of a last minute thing. We were expecting you to be around, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've got a holiday booked.
Yeah.
And so yeah, sorry if we let anyone down.
Yeah.
But we're back.
We're back. We're here.
We're back with a new track.
We're back with a new track, which I'm just currently making a little.
If you haven't already, I've just posted a photo on the Soul RC page and shared it in the group, so you can see the track there with a few new little additions that we've done.
Yep, this is. I'm gonna stick my neck out and say this is my favorite track. So
I think the problem is people don't believe us when we say that, because we say that quite often.
Yeah, but it's because it's an evolution.
Yeah, we
get better at making the tracks, and we get a better understanding because we do it a lot.
For sure.
So, for example, last night I was running the track again, and just made a couple of little tweaks, and it was like, oh right, okay, that's it.
That's improved it.
And that's moving lines, a few inches, and it makes such a massive difference.
So not just that one corner either.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I can get to that on this diagram in a minute.
Yeah,
that I'm just currently getting through.
Still doodling.
So while I doodle, how's about you tell everyone about this new thing you made?
I made it. Well, people who follow us on Instagram will have seen. I made a triple XS. We kind of figured that we should have one here to learn from, and we're also planning a video series. So we want to put together some videos showing some of the sort of basic entry level tweaking and tuning that you can do with them, and the upgrades and stuff that go on, and sort of the effects of all those things. We kind of haven't got around to it yet because we've been busy with the new track and
a
holiday and that kind of thing. So
the one thing that got me about that more than anything, I just wanted to say, was the improvements in the stock dampers.
Yes,
in the
absolutely.
Plastic dampers that are actually really good. I was very kind of
it used to be
impressed by that.
That anything that used the plastic dampers, not just from MST but from any brand, it was the first thing you'd recommend everyone to do was get new dampers, and I don't think that's the case anymore.
No,
I think you could easily deal with those dampers for a while. And my only plans for that, currently it's completely standard apart from I put a turnbuckle kit on it, because I'm going to be tweaking and tuning it quite a lot, and it makes sense to put it on when I'm building it rather than later on. And I put stainless steel screws in it because I'm planning to take bits on and off quite a lot, and the stainless screws that we do are very high quality. So that was kind of the only two things that have been upgraded so far. The only thing I do want to do to it is I want to change the CS because it's currently standard at 1.3, and I want to increase the caster a little bit. But there's no point in increasing the caster until I've increased the CS.
Indeed.
So they're my first two plans for it, which hopefully I'll get done in the next week or so. And yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm doing the important job of
your drawing.
I'm doing the pub car park.
Have you got the right number of spaces?
I'm not entirely sure.
It's not very scale if you don't get the right number of spaces, man.
Don't judge me.
But yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I haven't run it a whole load. The Triple XS is very good. But we knew it was very good. There's been a few guys that have had them, but we've now got our hands on one. And all right, admittedly, I was going to say it's our budget build, and I know it's got crazy expensive electrics in, but that's because that's my spare stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I know it's crazy expensive, so I have spare.
No, just
you don't make us sound overly posh.
No, we're sponsored. We get. They're my freebies, so they're there as backup. We're lucky. I know we're lucky.
We are. We're lucky, Vance. We certainly
and
are.
OMG.
And OMG. Yeah.
Yeah. Although most of the IMG servos I have, I've actually bought.
Yeah, because we've got to have some restraints.
Yes, for sure.
But IMG have hooked us up quite a lot. I mean, I think have I had 2, 3 servos from them personally?
You've had 2. I've had 4, but I got them for like a year before you did. I had the before they made the metal ones. I was having them.
But you tend to get more stuff than me anyway, don't you?
It's because people like me more.
Whatever. It's just because you do the talking. All right. So anyway,
I've
got the basic.
Well, the other thing I was going to mention is my RMX has a few upgrades on as well.
What have you done?
The Overdose HG damper set, which is on that. And also, I've now got Overdose aluminium front arms and Overdose aluminium rear arms with the knuckles from the Deval and Vacula. And I think that is rather nice looking. Yeah.
Oh, you put all the Overdose stuff on?
Yeah, you didn't know.
Oh, no. Wow, that's cool. And the colour match is actually really good.
It's not quite bang on, but it's close enough.
The
only annoying thing is I've also got a purple aluminium adjustable toe strap to go on the back of that, but it's currently on my rear-wheel drive because my rear-wheel drive requires quite a big change in toe.
Interestingly for me, you can see the finish of the Overdose stuff is actually quite a lot more matte than the MST stuff. The MST stuff is very shiny,
full of fluff. But I think it looks cool.
Needs a clean. It does look cool. I don't know if it's
probably not going to show too well on there. I'll put some.
At least you can see the underside, maybe.
I'll post some photos on the Instagram.
They look black on there. They're purple. There you go.
If you put that down in front of me, I'll take a photo now.
You can Instagram it. Instantly gram it.
So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that. I think it's kind of cool. It works pretty well. They do technically have less adjustment in them than the MST arms, but I think it's pretty cool.
I just realised I've drawn part of this wrong.
Damn it. Which part?
This bit.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to put the kink in.
Right. You need to do some talking while I'm doing this because I can't multitask.
You mean you're not a woman after all?
I could mention the other thing that I've done this week.
What's that? Had a sex change?
No.
It just seemed like the next logical thing. What did you do this week, Jay?
I bought a new car.
You did? What did you buy?
I've got a GT86 coming.
Oh,
which I'm very happy with.
Gosh.
And
I think everybody's happy for you. And
I think you may even see me do a dance when I pick it up in the week.
I've never seen Jay so happy. And everybody that's been down is going, what's up with Jay, man? He's like bouncing around.
I bought a non-shit car.
You bought a non-shit car, and actually one of your dream cars, isn't it? Really?
Dream's probably the wrong word, but I've wanted one since they first announced the S86 concept, which was 2009, I think. So it's been quite a long time. We wanted one quite a long time of saving up for a deposit, and quite a long time of driving crappy cars, which is
very crappy cars.
Probably the thing I'm most excited about not having to do anymore.
I mean, like, you know, looking at it from a different perspective, because you are, you know, you're a Corolla guy before I was a Corolla guy.
Good man.
And having to deal with me arriving in a Corolla every day.
Tipped me over the edge. I was like,
yeah,
sod
like,
this.
damn it.
I'm not doing this anymore.
So,
and also kind of, it's the same kind of spirit, but without the fuel hose splitting and pissing, hopefully anyway. But it's not impossible. It could happen. But.
Just to let everyone into Jay's world. What happened was Jay got this GT86. He's like, oh, man, I've got GT86. Got all excited.
I know where you're going with this.
That's because it's obvious. But literally, Jay's like, I'm not going to do anything to it. No. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to do anything. It's going to be fine. I'm going to leave it alone.
It's a brand new car, man.
Brand new car. The day it's not even arrived yet. This car isn't here
until next week.
Was it 2 days ago? Your new rear tail lights arrived.
I ordered them,
and then I go to Jay. Oh yeah, like he's like, no, I'm not going to lower it. I'm not going. Oh man, I've seen these coilovers like £800, and then
I don't have any money, so it's not
then
happening.
Then it was. Oh man, you should put a Rocket Bunny kit on that. Would be cool because it's a red one, red. So he's like, oh yeah, I should put a Rocket Bunny kit on. It'd be cool. And then he's like, no, I'm definitely not going to do that. Literally,
I'm definitely not going to do it.
20 minutes. 20 minutes. He comes out like, oh man, do you know how much the Rocket Bunny kits are? Like, you can buy them from America, so it's pretty funny seeing him hyped.
The thing is, like, you got to check these things, haven't you? I like the Rocket Bunny kit, but it's too permanent, so it's never going to happen. And I don't have any money for that stuff, unfortunately. I don't have any money for anything. So at some point soon, I'm going to be selling a bunch of stuff to actually pay for these things. So
to pay for the car ride.
I've got to sell At one point next week, I'm probably going to have 3 cars, which is the most cars I've ever had. So I've got to sell 2 cars plus some RC cars.
That is pretty
some
ridiculous, to be honest. You need to change that situation.
Well, one of them may have already sold, and the other one is being sold after it's borrowed by somebody to move, and then we're all good.
Is that the Passat being borrowed?
Yeah.
I was going to say, actually, they're both estates, so...
Yeah, man. Estates are pretty good.
It's going to be weird for you not having a car with a huge boot.
We just had a very good tip-off from Miles Sturgis. He's reminding everyone that it's Grand Prix weekend this weekend, so traffic may be crappy coming in. So avoid the A43 like the plague.
Yeah, don't come Oxford A43 way, because you want to kill yourself.
Yeah,
because that is some awful traffic.
So yeah,
right. I think I've got the diagram kind of.
It's close enough. It's still not quite right, but it's close enough.
What are you trying to say is not quite right?
Well,
it's beautiful. Look at that. It's like a work. I could sell this on eBay. I just have to put some hairspray on it.
There is a reason Mitto's doing this. He's not just drawing because he likes to draw. He's going to be, what are you doing? Showing lines.
Yeah, gonna demonstrate some stuff, and we're going to talk about why we've tweaked the lines, where we've tweaked them. So what I need to do now is draw a line on it.
You need to put a little mark on here and call it the fun zone.
What do you mean the fun zone?
This bit's the best bit of the track.
Well, what I can do is I can mark.
There's a bit on the track, but there's one particular thing I love doing when I'm RC drifting, and that's kind of coming in off the power and floating in, having built loads of momentum. And there's a perfect spot to do this on this track.
That represents the fun zone.
That's the start of the fun zone. The fun zone then carries on to about here.
No. Actually, the fun zone starts here.
Not for me.
It's good because the fun zone is like from there, and then the magic snap. But anyway, what I'm going to do is try and draw a line that isn't completely crap.
Off camera.
It's all right. This will work out.
This is a bit weird. This is kind of like some live Blue Peter Art Attack kind of project that may go horribly wrong.
It's got to be close.
I was going to say that's the extreme version of the line.
I need to turn this around.
Anyway.
Jesus, this is intense.
Yeah. We also had the Sol RC Challenge last weekend, which went pretty well. Who were the winners?
I don't know. Lee, I know Lee won the CS class. Yeah. And who won real drive? Mark Bennett.
It's kind of funny for us because we judge so many runs, we forget which one was the final. We have it all written down, obviously, and we do the championship table, which I'll be doing hopefully later this afternoon. But
this is hard, man. Drawing big lines like this.
I'm surprised you're doing it when we're live. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but we didn't have time previously.
Yeah,
and this is something
we have made some additions to the track. We have actually now got a bit of an underpass thing going on, which you'll see in the photo. We call it an underpass.
It's not an overpass.
Yeah, well, it's pretty fun. We're going to add a load more lights to it, so it gets a bit intense.
Ooh.
Late in the evening. I think it should be pretty good.
We're going to add lots of stuff.
This waffle time needs more waffling from you.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Actually, we might as well go into the reasons why we've done it. Is we're trying to sort of, there's always been a bit of a party vibe here on a Saturday night. And I think that's kind of been lost a little bit because we, just because we get super tired and, we actually need to rest at points.
We used to be.
Yeah, we weren't open as late as we used to be. So what we've done is we're doing a late opening again on a Saturday. Not sure if that's going to be permanent. We're just going to see how it works and see if it makes people happy.
This weekend we're open 10 a.m. till midnight.
Exactly.
So a good long day. Same sessions as normal.
Yeah.
So you've got 10 till 6 and then 6 till close. Or all day, obviously, for 15 quid. And I think it should be pretty good. Are you going to put 50 cars around this track?
No.
I think you just need to explain the line.
All I'm doing is a couple of cars on vital points, if that makes sense. And it's just to demonstrate angles.
I think we've had one other product in actually since our last one. So I'm going to go and fetch while you carry on drawing.
Another product?
I'm going to steal yours because mine is buried away.
This is one of the weirdest waffle times we've ever had.
This is one of the crappiest waffle times we've ever had.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're just getting to the point where, you know, stuff happens.
Basically, we're doing the stuff that we should have been doing before we went live. While we're live, this is kind of what's happening.
Yeah, but it's like Art Attack, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, but except for this isn't a fucking art show. This is, you may be able to start. Yeah, with those titanium spring set, and it is very good, very, very good. Unfortunately, we didn't get many in stock because we weren't allowed many from Overdose, but there was only 3 sets available, which is a bit disappointing. But what's with the squadron of cars? There's the titanium springs are ace. They're kind of medium. Trying to think, they're kind of a medium set of springs. They're not too hard, not too soft. But what do you think to them?
Amazing.
They're very expensive. They are the most expensive spring set I could even imagine. They were nearly £90 in the UK with taxes and stuff, which is a lot of money considering. Admittedly, you get an extra pair,
the word you're looking for is ridiculous.
They're extravagant for sure. The MST springs are £20 for 4 pairs, and these were £90 for 5 pairs. So they were very expensive, but they do go very, very well with the HG dampers, which we have a couple of sets of now, which is very good.
Right,
you need to go because you've wasted people's time since we started.
It's important. This was important to get right. So, dun dun dun. There will be a bit more detail on this.
How can we think you're going to have to put it on?
Can we just hold this?
Can that not just go there?
No, because then you can't see us. Well, that works.
To the side.
Holy shit, you can see that pretty good. Do you know where I can go? Here, I've just thought of something magical. This has never happened before on Waffle Time.
You're going out of the waffle zone.
I'm going out of the waffle zone.
You may need to help me hold this because I'm going to get shaky hand syndrome soon. And you also can't see what you're doing.
Can you see my hand?
Yes.
You can't see me. Do I need to be there?
No, we don't want to see you. Get the fuck out of the shop.
Okay, so
just get on with shit, man.
This is a summer track. This is the pub area. I forgot to put the pub on.
Oh, for God's sake.
There you go. There's the pub. It's not really a pub, it's a wiper. But so that's pub car park. So you can chill out there and have a drink or whatever.
with the new picnic bench.
So this is the circuit this month. This
summer.
It's super bad. Well, summer, yeah, for the next 2 months. So basically, you can all kind of see it's big and flowy. So if we start at this point, because this is a run into the straight. So from here, you got a nice run into the straight, big snap, and then fire out to the wall. And for those of you looking at our Instagram and on our Facebook, this is where the big lit up area is. We've made a huge new overpass thingy, and you underpass the overpass. And then you run out to the line, all the way to the wall, and into this hairpin. Now, the complicated bit of this course are these 2 corners, and your angle is vital. So basically, this point here, L is the lead
You need to stop tapping.
Hopefully, you can read the L's. Okay, sorry. So from here, what happens is your line choice basically determines what's going to happen on the rest of the corner. So what happened?
I realised the microphone is behind this.
Oh, yeah. Does the sound go all crappy?
I don't know.
So basically, at this point here, if you come around this corner and you're the lead car and you put on an oblique angle, so it's easy for you to come around and go to this angle and then to that angle. What you actually have to do is come to this angle and then shoot forwards from there, right? So basically, the lead car determines what will happen with all the other cars behind. So the key point of this course is not to use too much angle on this hairpin, because you'll just block everybody behind you. If you manage to get it through there and you've not put on too much angle, run wide. And what happens is at this part of the corner, what we've done for the lead car. So the chase car, if you end up as the, I'll do it in red because it's a bad line.
You need to come back around here. You're making the camera refocus all the time.
I'm doing that. I'll try again. Came out of the waffle zone and it just didn't work. Right. Does that work? Yeah, that works. So if you're the lead car and the chase car, sorry, and you end up coming like this to catch up the lead car, basically you'll block the lead car because you're coming onto the line that he needs to be on there. But also what will happen then is you need to run the wrong line basically to get back online. So what you have to do is follow almost like this. Oops, not quite there. Almost outside of his line to be outside of him here.
Behind him. So
you can snap together. The cool part is this bit on the wall here. That's the happy zone right there. And what that is we've got like some leaves that hang out. And if you clip the leaves, it looks awesome. And you can run slightly off course here. Yeah. Especially as the chase car, you can flick yourself and be slightly wider. Because we've made it so you can run there. It's not all grass.
Yeah, there's
a lot of grass.
No wall. There's only half a wall there, essentially, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. But the funny thing is actually just that, and that is so much fun.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like literally, you could do that all day long, never get bored. I mean, I must have done 50 laps of it already, and it's still like, I don't want to do this. I want to go and drive now and it's rare that we have a course where it's like, oh man, I need to drive that now. I need to do that now. I need to get it right.
Because we have the option of driving whenever we want to drive. So
exactly.
It's kind of like, I'll drive tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. So this one for me is a beast.
I think it's very good and very fun.
It's super
relatively
fun.
Simple, but the line is critical, and the right line is amazing. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have a course diagram up, and I'm going to put notes on this. We'll Instagram it and Facebook it. And basically the idea is that you can come down and reference this diagram at the circuit and kind of learn from it really. But interestingly, like originally the shape of this corner was further out like this, and that oblique angle like there, that created that angle. So what we've done is we reduced this line, 6 inches, 8 inches, and it just bang, completely changes the course and turns it from being quite awkward and a bit frustrating into being fun immediately. So that's, this is something we do on a monthly basis, not bi-monthly basis now. But these are considerations that when you're doing track design are super, super important. Just having loads of corners doesn't really matter. No. It's more about having the flow through the track. Yeah, it's the impact that corner has elsewhere. Yeah. Definitely remember, if there's a lot of corners in your circuit, it's tiring. You're doing a lot of work. So, yeah, you can actually see that on the screen as well. So, yeah. So that's the course. That's what we did. Sorry, my doodle took a bit longer than I thought it was going to. It's the OCD and the requirement to make it look nice. Exactly. Drawing in all the green lines took half an hour. Yeah, but that's important. You've got to get these things done. Like it's vital that we have a good diagram. Yeah. We have a certain standard here we operate to. Yeah. But yeah, if you're watching now, please fire in questions about the course or the course design. Like that's what we're here for. Make sure you check out the photo first. Don't just rely on this. Like look at this diagram, but reference it against the photo that we've posted. Exactly, and hopefully they look important. Hopefully they look similar. Maybe. So what else have we done? We made this overpass thing at nighttime. Wow, joking. At nighttime it looks incredible. We've had the lights down and we're trying to get that party atmosphere back, and hopefully it will work. You seem like you're ready with some questions. No, just checking. What's happening? We're having a lot of questions come through from last week. Have we got a ton of questions? We've got a fair few. We'll start with the ones that have been posted for this waffle time, not the one that was last week and then got postponed because you didn't arrive. So
we got a lot for last week.
Are we going to end up answering all of the questions?
We're going to try and answer all the questions. Yeah.
Even the stupid ones.
We're going to skip the stupid ones until we get to the end, because if we're short on time, they've got to go.
We won't be short on time.
We will be short on time.
Let's just do them all.
Your doodle took quite a while.
It wasn't that long.
Alberto has asked, would a metal spur gear wear a lot more than a plastic one? Technically, no, if it's meshed correctly. But if it's meshed incorrectly, it will die much faster. I'm not a fan of metal spur gears. I would rather have...
Well, the thing is, there's no weak point.
Exactly. I'd rather have a weak point built in there that is a £5 item that you can change whenever you want.
Yeah.
I don't wear spur gears out. I don't know what the obsession is with going to a metal one. I haven't worn a spur gear out in 4 years, maybe.
I think you wear spur gears out when your settings are very harsh. Well, like a lot of people still run full brake, so it just instantly locks.
You still don't do that if the mesh is bad generally.
Yeah.
And if your settings are that bad, you'll just kill a metal one anyway, because it'll be too aggressive. Yeah. So I'm not personally a fan. They're fine if you want to use them.
The best spur gears are for sure the MST machine.
Yes.
And that's out of everything I've used. You know, I've used all sorts of stuff.
Kawada, Yokomo, and everything.
Yeah. And the MST machined are the best, because they're just the machined. They're super accurate. So.
Michelle from D110 has said, do we think a women's competition at the 2016 Worlds would be a good idea?
I saw this post earlier, and my first reaction was, oh, yeah, that's right. And, actually, I thought about it for a minute, and you don't need to be strong. There's no physical impediment for a woman. Like if you're going to go weightlifting,
you need to tread careful here.
No. It's just like if you're going to go weightlifting, 9 times out of 10, a man is going to be able to become bigger and stronger than a woman. It's just physics.
I think there's two ways to look at it, and
it's not physics. It's biology.
There's neither of them have anything to do with that kind of thing. I think for me, the important factor is attracting women to do it.
Yeah, but that's a different. Like in physical terms, there's no separation. You've both got hands and eyes.
You do it to give people give women more of a reason to do it. If somebody's relatively new to RC drifting and they don't think they're going to go and do very well at the Worlds, some people don't want to go and enter a competition to come 101st like me.
Yeah.
If you make it so there's a women's competition that maybe gets 30 entrants, then a lot of them are going to be in the same boat, because there's not that many women drifters at the moment. There is some, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it'd give you more incentive to go and attempt a big competition, because it is a big competition. The other element to it for me is it adds another thing to the program that slows things down.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't think there's any need for
separation.
I think
the only
there was a woman competing in 2014.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
I know what it is. Yeah. I've had a mind fart. The only disadvantage for a woman, I think, is actually being in a room full of testosterone, and that's
and Jens.
And Jens. He's like a heat-seeking missile, isn't he? But he should literally be sponsored by Tinder at this point.
Probably is.
Hi, Jens. But yeah, I mean, like an actual thing that exists is like any girl that's into cars, or if a girl is into something that guys are into, guys will give that girl a lot of attention. That's just like a byproduct. So actually, I think, maybe the best way around that to even it off is just to supply dudes with bags of ice.
Jeez.
Just to put themselves on ice. You know what I mean?
I think it's a good idea. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it wouldn't hurt to do a separate class. I think it's definitely not essential, and in my mind, it shouldn't be required. But currently, there's not many women entering, so something has to be done to
personally,
get more to it.
I think that the encouragement needs to be there, but separation of the classes, I think, is it's almost a bit sexist, I think, because there's no reason for it.
But I think it's worth doing, because currently what's happening
is
people aren't entering, or women aren't entering.
So basically, ask the girls.
I think offer it, and if you don't get enough, maybe set a minimum of 25 or something. And if 25 don't enter, cancel it and offer all of the girls to stay in the main class.
Yeah,
I think that's probably what I'd end up doing, something along those lines anyway, with a bit more thought put into it. But Next question isn't a question. It's from Ty. She says, no question. Just thank you for making the Waffle Time video every week.
Thanks, Ty. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you listening to our shit.
And watching us draw.
Yeah. Watching me draw.
Brian has asked, what's your take on sprung and unsprung weights?
Wait, the black hole, Brian.
The black hole, Brian. In RC, of course. And why would you use one over the other? Sprung and unsprung weights have very different benefits, effectively, don't they? The unsprung weight can directly alter your traction, whereas sprung weight is more of a dynamic thing.
That
can alter an effect at a certain point.
Well, it's all dynamic, but as a basic rule, like that's kind of how to work with it. In terms of what I think about it, I just use it to try and create realism. Like, you know, because
it's kind of the same with everything, isn't it?
Well, you know, adding weight is a weird RC thing that we do. Actually, in real terms, in, you know, racing and real drift cars, you're always trying to remove weight. So we're kind of the opposite, and it's because we're making fancy looking stuff and trying to make it look like it's real. So when you throw into a corner, it pitches as well. So that's part of that, but that's a really complicated subject.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We got some questions from Akhtar from last week now.
Akhtar is a Waffle Time regular.
He's a question master.
I think we should bring him in and just get him to ask questions live.
Just sit him over there and have him shout him in when we're questions.
I think we should do that.
Anyway, his question
Akhtar,
is,
get in touch.
what's your thoughts on dynamic rear camber?
Dynamic rear camber. It's like having real tires in a way, isn't it? Because but I think
it depends what you're referring to, because on almost all chassis the rear camber is dynamic.
Well, yeah, because it
adjusts
you
as your
adjust it,
suspension compresses. So I think it's kind of useful as long as it's not too excessive.
Well,
same as everything.
It's
if you go ridiculous and crazy
style
with it,
thing as well. Because I mean, you could, in theory, set your cars up like a Formula D car with zero camber and, you know, no camber change and all that sort of stuff. So it's like a drag car effectively. Or you can set it up so it snaps and, you know, you snap to a drift and hit lock and it sits on the back wheel and you get that kind of really snappy movement. So it's, you know, it's one of those things. It's like a feel thing, like in a style thing. So
next question again from Akhtar is, rear motor chassis are very popular these days. Do you think this is beneficial for CS or more rear-wheel drive? It's for both.
It's for traction.
It's a current trend, essentially. The current trends in driving for the last 18 months or so, and probably for the next couple of years, I think.
Well, the thing is, if you look at it this way,
rear traction.
A couple of years ago, we had the FXX with the motor right in the front, and now we've got the RXX with the motor right in the back. So it's just a trend. Like, effectively, you can put the motor anywhere you want. It's just about
have a different outcome,
creating a style and creating a different feeling, and it's fun. It's fun to have different stuff. And
yeah, definitely. I think personally that the rear motor thing is here for a while, for sure. I'm not expecting
rear mid, son. Rear mid. It's all about the Deval and the RMX.
I was going to say the RMX, or Triple X.
Exactly. Well, it's drift package. But that's basically, to be fair, like the longest standing drift chassis is the drift package.
Sure.
Like, and nobody's messed with moving the motor around until the FRD came along, really. Yeah, but you know what I mean. But the jack puts it further to the middle.
Yeah.
So explain that one.
It's just
it's magic.
It's another addition.
It's unicorns.
What's the difference between high battery and high motor RER versus drift package variants?
One moves and one doesn't.
Well, it's just a different amount of weight, essentially, and the torque effect from the motor.
Torque inertia, yeah. I wouldn't personally. I think moving the motor higher in the sort of roll plane, like it has more of a dynamic effect, but it's going to create more torque one way because it's torquing a weight that's further away from the axis, if you like. If it's down low, then
I think it could be utilized very well. I haven't seen anything that sort of takes my fancy with it yet.
No.
But incidentally, I remember running motors in the roof for extra traction, but they weren't connected. They were just weights.
This is the way you chicken.
That was at Eastbourne, 2011, I think.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
That was like, oh, I'm getting no traction. I need some traction. Wonder what heavyweight will do. Oh, that'll do. Spare motor.
Yeah.
Worked all right.
Magical.
Shilly has asked, weight shift, yay or nay? No, we've tested it, and weight shift is kind of, it's not the be-all and end-all. Like, it's useful. It works pretty well on some chassis, but converting a chassis to have weight shift style battery tray is just not worth it to me in most cases.
Does it mean like moving weight, or does it just mean having...
well, he might mean either. But
Shelley, what do you mean?
I'm assuming he means the weight shift style from the D-like with the high battery.
With the high battery. It's just, it's the same as you putting a motor in the roof. It's just dynamic movement.
Like there's people that make conversions now to put every chassis battery up high, and doesn't seem to be worth doing for me.
It's back to the whole doing things. So it's you know, it's like baggy suspension.
It's
it's kind of that whole doing it for the
certain
sake
times
of it.
when it's going to be beneficial, and then 90% of the time it's just going to make you tuning even harder.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a couple of guys come down here with high mount batteries on triple X's and stuff, and after about half an hour they go back to the standard position because it works better.
Oh, I was saying that the only thing I've done high mount was I put my ESC on the top deck, but that's because it's I
also
shift
not very much weight.
But that's because I've shifted the weight back rather
it's also not much weight. It's less than a couple of hundred grams.
Yeah.
Right. Petter has asked, what's the main advantages and disadvantages with changing caster and roll center in the rear?
Hey man, caster and roll center in the rear. Well, rear caster sort of acts as, I mean, the only way I could kind of describe the feeling is it's almost like, for real car drivers, it's like altering the angle of the rear subframe, where you kind of get the the grip or the rear. It's like rear roll and control. So almost imagine it to work like a more subtle version of creating anti-dive or anti-squat on the toe straps.
Yeah.
So it kind of works like that, but it's a bit more subtle,
and it's a bit more dynamic.
Yeah,
because it changes through the range, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's also asked, is MST going to make it possible to change the roll center in the front of a XXX HT chassis? You kind of already can.
I think he means the inner mounting point.
Probably not. They're probably not going to add another aluminium part, I don't think. It's not impossible. I'm not aware of it.
Oh no, the things are on pins already. Yeah. I was going to say if there's an adaptable block, but there's not. I should know that already. It's just haven't looked at one in a while. Well, I haven't used them. There's lots of new stuff I haven't used because
there's a whole lot.
I know. That's terrible.
Next question. Alex Barnacle said, when we're getting the FXX slide racks in stock?
Hello, Barnacle.
Should be fairly soon. Don't have an exact date. We're kind of, because things are a bit quiet for us, we're taking our time to order stuff so we don't cripple ourselves.
Yeah. When they hit the shelves, we'll
post all about it.
Yeah.
Luke Pettigrew's asked, which is a bit late now, what's the possibility of having a poll for the next track layout? For example, what would we want the focus to be? Technique, twinning, that kind of thing. The problem with it is, it's for us, we just want a fun track. That's all we want each month.
Yeah.
We want a fun track, and we end up having a slight focus on things, but the focus generally comes from, in most cases, it's comes from us finding the layout that's super fun. Yeah, basically. Occasionally we've designed a layout because we wanted to add something in, but normally we just try some ideas to see what we like. I will put this out there. It's harder than you think. Like, designing tracks is like that looks super simple. You're like, I can do that. I can do something better than that. But actually doing it is a different thing. It's really hard, really complicated, and it will do your head in. By all means, try sketching stuff out. And we're always open to ideas, but when at the end of the day, it's a massive impact on our business. So we've got to make sure we're happy with the track. So we're never going to open up to other people that aren't Mitto and I to take complete control. I mean, but we're open to ideas. If somebody has a suggestion, we'll keep it in mind. But normally the suggestions we get aren't particularly useful, I don't think. Well, you know, just saying you want a wall run is kind of like, well, that's cool, but there's a wall run. Where? How? What's the run up? What kind of wall run? Like, do you want it to be like an outer clip on a wall, or on a curve, or do you want it to be long, straight that you bomb down? And the problem is, we can have a poll, but by doing that, you end up disappointing people as much as you please people.
Exactly.
You know, there's people, say 10 people voted to have a wall clip, but 25 a wall run, 25 voted for something else, and we went with the other one. The 10 people that wanted the wall clip are going to be super unhappy.
Yeah.
So it's
and also
basically
rear-wheel drive
offer
and four-wheel
ideas,
drive
but
difference.
don't expect us to take them on board unless
they're really good.
they're really good.
Yeah.
And they fit with other ideas that we have.
You know, do send stuff in because every little helps. You know, everyone's ideas help.
Adam Pettigrew's asked what's happening with the front tyre choice for rear-wheel drive. I've been doing a lot of testing with my RMX even. Looks like I've just about settled on a compound that's not doing any damage. We were testing the harder compound up front, I think it was. Yes. Yeah. And that got some weird marks on. We don't fully understand how they came there, but they can't be good for our carpet. So we've stopped running after only about 20 minutes actual track time. We're going to try some other compounds, but I found one that seems to work okay. Gives a lot more front grip.
Yep.
Doesn't seem to have any detrimental effects so far, but we'll see. I'll keep testing it probably this weekend, and then we can make an announcement when we're sure. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Akhtar said, how's the budget Triple X going? Kind of already talked about that. It's still standard. Haven't done a load of running with it yet just because we haven't really had too much time.
Well, there's the next stepping point from that. Brian's, you know, been using his, and his is brutal. So
his is, a weapon.
Yeah. But that could be the black hole syndrome.
It's definitely something to do with that.
Sucking in all of the information.
That might be our questions done for today.
What about the ones from last week?
They were the ones from last week.
What about the ones from this week? That can't be all the questions.
I think it is.
Because I know at some point Lee Perkins asked if we like cabbage.
No, that was
who likes cabbage the most?
That was like 3 weeks ago.
We never answered it. Never answered it.
I'm going to say you like cabbage more than me.
I think you're probably right. Right, next question.
Right. I'm still looking, so you can waffle with it.
Okay. Well, should I mention the other thing with debating doing with waffling?
No.
No?
No.
No mention.
That's got to stay quiet for now.
Okay.
Because we've got to talk to other people about that, and they may say no.
Yeah, maybe. But, yeah.
so yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Right. Sorry, I'm still looking.
Shall I just doodle and we can?
No, we're sick of your doodling.
It can be completely quiet.
We're very sick of your doodling.
We'll do waffle time with absolutely zero waffling. We're doing bloody awful at waffle time today.
Yeah, this isn't going as planned, but we'll persevere.
It's because we're out of sync with the waffle thing. Have I done anything new? What have I done? I ran my Mark X again.
Yeah, as usual. It goes away for a couple of months, and then.
How old is that body shell?
2 years.
Should I get it and just show people the reinforcement?
No, because that's more no waffling with.
Yeah, but it's only there.
We've already done that like 10 times.
There must be more questions.
There's no more questions.
Oh, God.
Somebody ask a question, and then we'll have another question.
That's true.
But until somebody asks, we can just sit here and look at the camera.
Well, anyway. What's going on in full size? Because isn't there a bunch of stuff this weekend? Was that? I nearly set myself on fire. But isn't Formula D this weekend or something? Or was it last weekend where it was like Formula D, D1?
I can't even remember. It's the Grand Prix this weekend.
It's the Grand Prix.
That's the big one.
I know that there's cars out testing today. So if you're in the Silverstone area and you pull up by Silverstone, you can look through the fence. What?
you can bypass buying a ticket.
No. It's only for testing, isn't it? So you just I don't know. You're probably going to see like one car half an hour.
Practice.
Not today.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. And yesterday.
Oh, like official?
Yeah.
I thought they were just ticking around.
It's just 180. I think it's 180 quid for a ticket today.
To watch a practice?
Yeah.
180
pounds. The weekend. Justin Kirk posted photos. I can't remember the exact price, but he posted photos for tickets for the weekend. And it's like 300 and something quid for a ticket on Sunday.
Are you joking?
No. It's the Grand Prix.
Holy crap.
How are you surprised by this?
I don't know. You can go and see like a band for 50 quid, can't you?
Something really big happened this weekend, but doesn't matter to anyone else apart from me. I became an uncle.
Oh yeah,
It's a big one.
that's true.
So,
He's
yeah.
Uncle Jim now.
I am. And I've got my car. Well, I haven't got my car. Sorted my car. It's been a good week.
It's been a good week for you.
It's been a very good week for me.
It's been a bad week for me. I nearly set myself on fire. I went fishing and I got bitten by a bloody mosquito. Look at that. Look on the screen how bad that looks on the screen. That is a mosquito.
Doesn't even look anywhere near that bad in real life. But
Shh, don't tell everyone.
Taj just said it's
really
IDC this weekend.
That's what it is. The global warfare thing. Have you seen Luke Fink talking a bunch of shit on Facebook?
No, I haven't.
It's hilarious.
No.
Like, you need to check that out. They've actually done a video of him and he's just
Smack talking.
oh man. He's making this into an art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Like Luke Fink is one of those dudes that like he can grate on you so bad, but if you get like his humor, Australian, then it's pretty funny. But yeah, the Irish boys like him, I think. He's always talking crap.
And he's a pretty damn good driver.
He literally wants to crash into people. It's pretty funny. I feel bad for Julian Barnes because he has to fix the car every time. Did you see the first time the Oddvia went out?
Yes, in the wall.
Straight in the wall. Oh, that's funny. Well, that wasn't even his fault, to be fair.
I'm guessing if there's a live stream, we'll have that one tomorrow anyway.
Yep, so
Another reason to come down. I know there's
RDC live
I
stream.
know there's a bunch of guys coming down from up north this weekend.
Can we get the live stream on the big TV?
Probably not currently. We need to change our
Network
stuff for that to work.
Would it need 5 pixels or something?
This is what I have to deal with.
Hey man, if it's got throttle bodies or a turbo, I'm interested. But like computers just aren't my thing.
Jesus.
I don't understand them. They make no sense.
They make perfect sense.
No.
But anyway, yeah, basically that's kind of us done. I think there's no point in us waffling for the sake of waffling.
There is. There's always a point in waffling for the sake of waffling. Anyway, I'm going to continue doing the diagram once we're done with that.
We're not going to put anything to do with the comp on that yet. And this isn't the comp line. This
is the fun like learn to twin drift together line.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we want people to learn to run together.
You can run very close on this track.
Super duper close.
Yeah, like silly close.
Yeah. You can push each other around the corner, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of funny because even before we finished laying this out properly, when me and you were just testing it, like a lap in, it was like door to door, bang on.
Yeah.
It's good line.
It's one of those tracks. So basically, this should be amazeballs.
And yeah.
Although our waffling is crap, our circuit
good.
design is next level.
Yeah.
We're on it. In theory.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just see if anyone else can run the way we can run it, because it could just be that we're godly.
No, that's not how that happens. So anyway, I suppose we better like go and do some actual work now instead of waffling.
Go and ship some orders.
We apologise greatly for the pathetic attempt at waffle time today. That's awful. We're going to be annoyed at each other in a minute. He's going to go, oh, fucking crap, that. As he always does.
We'll be back next week, less tired and with less drawing, and hopefully with some new products.
Maybe more drawing.
We have some cool stuff from Overdose on the way.
We do. We do.
In fact, we have 2 different orders from Overdose on the way, I believe.
Ah, crap. Did you order me an Overdose Acuvance motor?
Not yet.
I need one. I need one.
Not available yet.
I'm a team driver, son. I'm not. Just don't tell anyone.
We do have Overdose tool sets coming.
Oh, yeah.
Which are going to be pretty cool and quite pricey. But
there's always plenty of tools in here.
I've got the dilemma now because I have Aramax tools.
With a holder.
I kind of want Overdose tools.
Dude, I've got TRF tools and I'm like, Overdose. But part of me wants to be a bit of a dick. Buy the Overdose tools and then put TRF tips in them. Just to be like, check me out, blood.
No.
I got the ultimate in tools.
Because I have a sneaky feeling the Overdose tips have nice Overdose on them.
Do they?
I think so.
Man.
I think so. I might be wrong. I haven't had them in hands yet.
Such a dilemma.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see when they come.
Anyway, from a GT86 driver to an 886 driver.
Oh, no, not driver yet.
Whatever. Like and favourite this shit. Become a dickhead today.
Become a crap waffle timer today.
Become a crap waffle timer today. Oh, Jesus. I think
this one should go on as Waffle Time, Friday, today's date, the crap one.
I don't know, man. It's one of those things where sometimes total bullshit is more entertaining than actual useful information.
I don't think so. Not this time. Maybe next time I'll sleep.
Maybe next time. Oh God, I'm dreading going off camera. He's gonna cry.
No, I'm just going to look at GTA 6 parts.
I gotta finish this drawing, and then people are gonna come through the door and start ripping.
Hopefully, having fun, having the good fun.
Having the good fun.
I think Hark's going to like this one.
I think everyone's gonna like this.
He's already said he's here at 1, and he will be here at like 5 to 1.
He'll be at 5 to 1.
Anyway.
Anyway,
have fun.
Thanks, Toodles.
Sorry we were shit. Bye.
To bed.